What is good, Broncos country? We are riding high right now after beating the Kansas City Chiefs, getting rid of the spookiest curse in Denver Broncos history, which was the 16-game losing streak to the Kansas City Chiefs. But is the future all bright, or are there scary situations ahead? In this video, I break down what are 3 nightmare scary scenarios for the Denver Broncos. The first nightmare situation that could definitely happen, which is rumored at this time, is that the Kansas City Chiefs make a trade for a wide receiver, and the scariest of all those would be Jerry Jeudy. Imagine if Jerry Jeudy, the ghost of Jerry Jeudy, haunts the Broncos for years and years to come. Yes, we finally let Mahomes have it in Denver, but what if he ended up with a true #1 wideout, someone like Tyreek Hill? That would be truly, truly terrifying. We saw that we beat the Chiefs because we didn't let Mahomes go deep. He didn't have a deep threat. We cut off Travis Kelce. We played in nickel almost the entire game. You can check out the game snaps on the screen right there. So what if we hear all about the Kansas City Chiefs being rumored for landing a wideout at the trade deadline? We also hear rumors that somehow Jerry Jeudy is involved in trade talks. So that would be truly terrifying to me because we would be making a rival better and making ourselves worse. So the first nightmare scenario is that somehow we trade Jerry Jeudy to the Kansas City Chiefs and we're haunted for another 16 games by the ghost of Jerry Jeudy. Next nightmare scenario to me is that the Raiders keep losing and they fire Josh McDaniels and they end up with a top draft pick and get either Drake May or Caleb Williams. And then in the AFC West, for years to come, we have a competent coach and we have to play Pat Mahomes and Herbert and then Drake May or Caleb Williams. Like all of a sudden we are a loaded division at quarterback talent, and that is truly terrifying to me. So I would love if somehow the Raiders pulled out some wins, obviously not against the Denver Broncos, but I don't want them to be bad enough that they fire Josh McDaniels, because he is not a good coach. It would be bad if they got rid of him, and it would be even worse if the Raiders somehow ended up with the quarterback of their future when we are still hamstrung with our quarterback. The next nightmare scenario that we hear playing out, and I hear a lot here in Michigan, is Harbaugh ends up either being the coach of the Chargers or the Raiders. We have seen the NCAA, for whatever reason, really kind of being harsher with Harbaugh than any other coach. We see there's a lot of rules in the NCAA that you don't have in pro football. So would Harbaugh be tempted to make the jump to the NFL? And if he does, I think there's almost no chance that the Chargers position or the Raiders position are not open at the end of the year. And if you're Harbaugh and you have the chance to coach someone like Herbert, why wouldn't you pounce on that? Living in California, it could be an amazing thing for Harbaugh. So I think the nightmare scenario would be that Harbaugh somehow ends up in the AFC West. I think those are 3 very sneaky possible opportunities, possible nightmare scenarios for the Denver Broncos, and I hope none of them happen. Will you weigh in on the comments? Which of those would scare you the most? The Chiefs end up with Jerry Jeudy, the Raiders end up with the quarterback of their future, or Harbaugh ends up in either Los Angeles, or Las Vegas. Which one scares you the most, Broncos country? Let's ride.